Hello, I'm David Harris, CEO of American Jewish Committee. The more I think about Amnesty International and the report that it's just released, accusing Israel of nothing less than apartheid, the more outraged and infuriated I become. And the very idea that the Secretary General of Amnesty International, Agnes Callamard, traveled to Jerusalem in order to issue the report in which she accused Israel of virtually every sin under the sun has a certain irony to it, doesn't it? After all, in how many other countries in the world could the head of Amnesty International go to the capital in order to issue a report attacking the country in which she is sitting? I dare say she could try it in lots of other countries, but she wouldn't, because she wouldn't survive. In Israel, not only did she survive, but she was able to talk to the world's media from Israel. And the reason, of course, is that unlike her and Amnesty's depiction of Israel, Israel is an open, liberal democracy. And because it's open and it's liberal, it even allows people who come to scurrilously criticize it, no, not criticize it, delegitimize it, to do so standing in Jerusalem. I wonder whether Ms. Callamard, while in Jerusalem, might also have taken the time to meet with a governing coalition that rules Israel, because she would have discovered that despite her fiction, the government of Israel today depends on an Arab political party for its very survival. Did she take the time to go to the Knesset, to Israel's parliament, where she would have seen Israeli Arab members of parliament with the exact same vote, voting on everything from budget to taxes to defense? I wonder whether she took the time to go to the Israeli Foreign Ministry, where she would have met not just Jews, but Arabs and others who together represent Israeli diplomacy. I wonder whether she took the time to go to Hadassah Hospital, the famous hospital based in Jerusalem, which is a remarkable ecosystem of Israeli Jews, Arabs, and others who work together as doctors, as nurses, as technicians, and who as patients receive the exact same care. I wonder if she walked in various neighborhoods where Israeli Arabs and Jews live and have equal access to services, be it public transportation or parks or whatever the case may be. But no, the intent of Amnesty International was to try and render Israel a pariah state by labeling it with that toxic word apartheid, when apartheid has nothing whatsoever to do with Israel. Now, she claimed in response to her critics that this was attacking the messenger. Amnesty was nothing but the messenger, she said. Amnesty created the message. And the aim was to try and tell the world that if Israel is a pariah state, if Israel is an apartheid state, then the bottom line is Israel has no right to exist. Yes, Israel has every right to exist. Yes, the Jewish people have every right to exercise sovereignty in this tiny sliver of land with which the Jewish people have been associated for nearly 4,000 years. And yes, Israel has made every effort, even with its own Jewish majority, to ensure, as I've suggested, that other citizens have the same rights as they do. And then she points as well to the Palestinian territories. But she completely ignores the history, the context. She doesn't speak about the fact that Hamas rules Gaza, that Hamas has imposed its own form of tyranny on the citizens of Gaza. She doesn't speak about the fact that since 1947, some would say even 1937, there's been an effort to achieve a two-state settlement in which there would be a Jewish majority state and a Palestinian majority state. 2 states for 2 peoples. But each and every effort to achieve that 2-state settlement has been rejected by the Arab side. This is fully documented, beginning, as I said, in the 20th century and continuing until now. So Israel is somehow seen by Amnesty International in this kind of sanitized vacuum in which nothing else matters It doesn't matter that Hamas is trying to exterminate Israel. It doesn't matter that Hezbollah in Lebanon is trying to exterminate Israel. None of this matters. It doesn't matter that the Palestinians have rejected one state after another. All that matters in the eyes of Amnesty International is their perception of Israeli action or inaction. And it has to be rejected. And I would urge those who in the past have supported Amnesty International to think twice. This is not just a footnote to Amnesty International. One cannot simply say, well, on this one they got it wrong, but they do other good work. What they are seeking to do through this report, which builds on a history of anti-Israel activity, is to say to the world that there is no place whatsoever for a small sliver of land in which Jews are the majority and as the majority exercise sovereignty, in the context especially of a liberal democratic society. This Amnesty report has to be rejected categorically and unconditionally as a scurrilous libel against the state of Israel and against the Jewish people. And we at the American Jewish Committee will make every effort to continue to carry that message and to ensure that everyone understands the stakes involved in what Amnesty International tragically did this week.